Hello and welcome back again. In this video we'll continue to look at the axis orientation and work through a series of exercises that will help us figure out the difference between absolute and incremental coordinates. So let's get started. You can find the following exercises in the workbook in the Lesson 1 section. What we're about to do now is to work out the absolute coordinates for positions 1 through 9. Now G90 is the code to let the CNC machine know that the coordinates are in absolute. Absolute coordinates are measured from the 0 position. The origin, x0, y0, is located at the center of the grid. The x-axis is running from left to right horizontally on the screen. The y-axis is lying vertically and the z-axis is shooting along perpendicular to the screen. We'll be counting up the grid squares to figure out the absolute values of the various positions. Now here is the x-axis. Any y positions below the x-axis will be negative y. Above the x-axis, positive y. Now here is the y-axis. Any positions to the left of the y-axis will be negative x. To the right of the y-axis, there will be positive x. Now in this quadrant, positions 1, 2 and 3 will be positive values for both x and y. In this quadrant, positions 4 and 5 will be negative for the x values and positive for the y. In the lower left quadrant, positions 6 and 7 will be negative for the x values and also negative for the y. And in the lower right quadrant, positions 8 and 9 will be positive for the x values and negative for the y values. So let's start to work out the absolute coordinates for position 1 through 9. Now the origin, x0, y0, is at the center of the grid. So our origin, x0, y0. Now, for position 1, we're 3 squares along the x-axis, 1, 2, 3, and we're 3 up along the y-axis. So for position 1, x is 3 and y is 3, and they're both positive values. Now how about position 2? Now for the x we have 1, 2, 3, so x is 3, and for the y 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Now on to position 3. Now let's count up the squares for x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So x is 5. And for the y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lucky 7 for the y. So for position 3, x is plus 5 and y is plus 7. Now over off to position 4, and we're just to the left of the y-axis, 1 square. So for position 4, the x is going to be negative 1, and for the y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lucky 7 again. So for position 4, x minus 1 and y 7. Now off we go on our journey to position 5. Now for the x, 1, 2, 3, x is going to be minus 3, and for the y it's going to be a positive 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. So for position 5, x minus 3 and y is plus 4. Now moving on down to position 6. Now, position 6, let's figure out the x. It's going to be a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So x is negative 6. Now the y is below this x-axis, so it's going to be a negative 1, 2. So for position 6, x minus 6 and y minus 6 as well. Moving on down now to position 7. So we're to the left of the y-axis. So the x is going to be 1, 2. X is going to be minus 2. And for the y, that's going to be a negative value as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 5. So for position 7, x minus 2 and y minus 5. Now we're whipping over to position 8 now, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares in the x, and the y, that's going to be a negative amount. It's below the x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. So for position 8, x plus 4 and y negative 6. We're looking good. Position 9. So the x, it's going to be a plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So x is plus 7, and the y is going to be a negative, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, negative 3. So for position 9, x plus 7 and y minus 3. Looking good. Now we're changing gears. For this exercise, we're going to figure out the incremental coordinates for positions 1 through 9. Now G91 is the code to let the CNC machine know that the coordinates are in incremental. So remember, with incremental, we're figuring out the distance from the last position to the next endpoint, and we also need to identify if it is a positive or negative direction. So let's get cracking. So here we are at the origin, and we're moving over to position 1. So what we're moving is 1, 2, 3 squares along the x-axis, and also 3 squares along and up the y-axis. And both of these are positive values. So from the origin to position 1, we have plus x for 3 and plus 3 for y. Now next up, 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Now let's figure out these remaining incremental coordinates by counting up the grid squares, and we just got to remember to work out if it's a positive or negative value. So what about this 1 to 2? Now imagine if you were walking from position 1 to position 2, how much would you move in the x-axis? Well, a big fat 0. Now, how much would you move in the y-axis from position 1 to 2? 1, 2 squares. So from 1 to 2, x is 0 and y is plus 2. Now, let's figure out the remaining incremental values. So next up, position 2 to 3. So how many squares do we move over in the x? 1, 2. So the x incrementally is plus 2, and for the y we're moving up 2 squares. So from 2 to 3, x is plus 2 and y is plus 2. Next up, we're going from 3 over to 4. So from 3 to 4, the x value, let's count up the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're moving in the negative direction, so it's x minus 6. Now imagine if you were stone cold sober and you walk from position 3 to position 4. How much would you move in the y-axis? A big fat 0. Now continuing on our travels, let's move now from 4 down to position 5. So first up, how many squares are we moving in the x from 4 to 5? 2, and they're in the negative direction. Now next up, let's figure out the y. So how many squares are we moving down? 1, 2, 3. So for 4 to 5, x is minus 2 and y is minus 3. Now from 5 to 6, first up, the x, how many squares are we going to move? 1, 2, 3, and it's in the negative direction. Now likewise for the y, we'll be moving in the negative y direction. How many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from 5 to 6, x is minus 3 and y is minus 6. Next up, 6 to 7. So how many squares are we moving? 1, 2, 3, 4 along the x-axis, and that's positive 4. Now for the y, that's going to be a negative value. And how many squares? 1, 2, 3. So from 6 to 7, x is plus 4, and the y is minus 3. Next up, 7 to 8. So the x is going to be a positive value, and how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our x value is positive 6. Now the y, we're moving down, so the y is going to be a negative. How many squares? 1. And it's going to be negative 1. So from 7 to 8, we move incrementally, positive 6 in the x and negative 1 in the y. Now from 8 to 9, how much are we moving in the x? 1, 2, 3. So we're moving 3 squares in the x, and that's a positive value. And the y, we're moving up, 1, 2, 3, and that's also a positive y. So we're looking good. Next up, 9, back to the origin. So the x, we're moving over to the left here, so we're going to be moving in the negative x direction. How many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from 9 back to 0, minus 7 in x, and the y, we're moving up, 1, 2, 3, and our y is positive 3. So to get from position 9 back to the origin, we're moving x minus 7 and y positive 3. Now this completes this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be talking with you soon.